Okay, give that a second for it to do its thing. Oh yeah, I should get Chatterino up. Where's Chatterino? Okay, boom. Games, boom. Chatterino, boom.
Catarino.
There we
Oh
go.
my goodness. I've not been in this world for years. Oh, it feels good.
uh, okay. All right. Okay. Chatterino's up. Groovy is telling me I'm live. Solid. All right. So, um, I have a second computer, right, and
Okay.
another mic tied into that computer, um, as well as a mic tied into Discord, right? So,
Sure.
how am I sounding across Twitch right now?
One second.
Is
Let me make
everything
sure I have your
sounding
actual stream up.
groovy? Okay.
Okay. Let me make sure I have this unmuted. All right.
All right.
Muted it
I'm just
again.
gonna.
So, I
Yep.
can hear a couple things. I heard myself,
Good.
and I can hear some music that you're playing in the background.
All right.
And then I'm gonna unmute so I can hear you real quick.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna keep saying stuff so that audio coming across the mic and all that good stuff, so we can see how all these things sound. And I don't know. Yeah, I'll just be.
All right. So I'll say
Okay.
you sound better on the stream than you do
Okay.
in here.
Okay.
So
Expected.
I think you sound fine in here, but you
Yeah.
sound really good on the stream.
Good. Good.
All the audio seems to be working great. So
Good. Good. Excellent. Okay. Yeah, because I've got the good mic on stream, and I've got the laptop mic in Discord.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Until I, get a second mic for that situation.
Yeah.
All
It
right,
looks like it's working
groovy.
well.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Thank you, sir. All right. So I am going
Do you want
to
to check
be.
to see if
Yeah.
like browser audio comes through or all that stuff?
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good question. All right. So let's grab something. Who I want to look at? I want to say maybe.
I'm gonna mute here so I listen to your stream.
Hugging face. All right. Cool. Let's see. Neovim. Neovim in. Yeah, perfect. Nice little 2-minute video. Boom. Let's hear that real quick. We gotta wait
Neovim,
for-
a highly extensible keyboard-based editor designed to optimize the productivity of modern programmers. In 1976, Bill Joy created VI. In 1991, it was
Works
improved
great.
by Bram Molinar
Sounds
as
good.
Vim. Then in
Groovy.
2014, Neovim
I
came
think you're
along.
all
It's
set,
a fork
man.
of Vim, making it a drop-in
alright,
replacement that's
Mm-hmm.
Let me know if you need anything else. Trying to think. I remember there was some tool that was like, you seem like you got it working. I don't want to throw any wrenches into that. So,
right
all right,
on.
man.
Cool. All right. Laters.
All right, man. I'll talk
Thank
to you
you.
later. Bye.
Bye. Group sauce. All right. Oh, you know what? This is a good spot to start. Okay, so today we are going to continue this excitement into Neovim, this adventure into Neovim, with trying to continue with getting the Rails.vim plugin set up. Man, I'm really. Oh no, it's kind of too hot outside right now, so I'm gonna wait. This is good. We're gonna do this. So let's spend about an hour or so exploring this. Let's see, and we're gonna get a little background music going. Yes, we are. Got some stellar drum going on here while we're doing this. And while that's happening, let's bring up beep terminal. Boom. All right. I got our Neovim is still sitting in here. Okay. Got the fonts popping from before. We're good to go. Good to go with that. And yeah. What? Let's see. What was I here? I think wasn't there like a Oh yeah, there was a little tutorial thing. Ooh, hmm. Should I play with the tutorial or should I focus on trying to get the plugin plugged in? All right. All right. Ooh, this is that document right there. I tell you what, though, I am going to get this background music going because who wants to just listen to a voice without sexy background music, right? Sure. Oh, I wish this had like a. Doesn't it? It does. Mm. Oh yeah, let's get it slamming. Excellent. Okie dokie. Now, where were we here? Styles, theme, separator, order. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Neovim is a new baby I gotta get used to. I'm a Vim vet, but Neovim is a whole new bag of cats. So I got to.
Fundamentally, deep inside, let's put it that way,
He's saying something. I can't hear him
act
though.
of, a function of, a performance of, a manifestation of the work. The whole blinking cosmos.
There we go.
With
Oh,
all
there
its
you're
galaxies,
right. Cheat sheet.
and
Oh,
forever
cheat
and
sheet.
ever
Right.
and ever, whatever it is beyond that.
Theming, status, introduction. And then you were able to hit enter. Oh wait, was it? No, I had to go. I had to use the mouse to navigate to that, right? Too bad I can't just hit enter, right? But okay, whatever. Let's see. As long as it works, dog, I'm happy. Okay, let's see. Let's get back to your intro. Yeah. Yep. Right. How does it work? Neovim config Lua, blah 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 blah. Okay, so there's a whole lot of intro stuff to work out, and there was a UI. What did we find last time? There was a UI tutorial thing, right? God, this is too big.
Which you call is, or reality, or life, this implies another state called isn't.
Can I select all? No. At least not the regular way. I can. It's just not the way I anticipated. Alright, how, where, okay, I'm gonna find out. Okay, font settings in this bad boy. Set, unset. And migration, read basic commands. Okay, focus. Font size. We are looking for font size. Which one of you bad boys gives me font size? Anchor, links, insert file, insert code box, table, image, current paragraph. Okay, paragraph thingy.
Consciousness is at the same time as being a form of awareness, sensitivity, and
Selection is a
understanding.
numbered list,
It's also a form of
bulleted list,
the ordinary, everyday consciousness that we have
export to PDF, save file. Nope.
more than it takes in. And because of this, it leaves out things
Okay,
that are
interesting.
terribly important. It leaves out things that would, if we did know them,
Will this help
allay
me?
our anxieties and fears and horrors, we would have a deep interior peace. Now, the question that is absolutely basic for all human beings
Font
is,
size.
what have you left
Where
out?
is font size? Kind of feeling like I need to boost the size of my name there. I don't know, but maybe not. Font size, baby. Font size. Where are you? Tools. Format. Okay. Remove. Remove formatting. What would that do for me? Justify. Toggle font property. Okay, font property, but not font size. Remove formatting. That's good. Okay, I'll take out some silliness. Can I just do Control minus? Yes! Oh my god, thank you. Okay, there we go. That's more, that's saner. Alright, yeah, nice. Okay, good, groovy. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? This is Rails Vim stuff. We'll call it that. Rails.vim. Boink. And, I don't know, we'll just put it up there like that. Okay. And, maybe, whee. Okay, some big old thing going across. Fantastic. Something like that. All right. Okay, that's beautiful, but what do we need? We need installation into you with lazy, right? Okay, what were we looking for? Well, do I want to do this again? Let's do this
99%
again.
identical
This
for
is cool.
basic usage. All of your favorite "help, I can't exit Vim" memes are still perfectly valid, but its codebase was restructured with well-documented APIs that embrace new features from the community, which has resulted in a thriving plugin ecosystem. Most importantly, scripting can be accomplished in not only VimScript, but also Lua, an easy-to-learn multi-paradigm language that's also used on platforms like Roblox. Lua was used to write its built-in language server protocol for code autocompletion. It has a scriptable terminal emulator, in addition to tons of awesome plugins like Telescope, a fuzzy finder that can search across your file system. To get started, install Neovim, then open it with the nvim command. Just like regular Vim, hit I to go into insert mode and start typing, then hit escape to go back to normal mode. Use a colon to enter command mode, like when you need to ask the computer for help. But the fun thing about Neovim is customization, which can be handled with the traditional init.vim file, or alternatively an init.lua file. Inside this file, we can use Lua code to configure basic settings, like whether or not to use tabs or spaces. As the config grows more complex, we can break it into modules in the Lua folder, which will automatically be loaded by Neovim. From there, we can use a package manager like Packer to install a color theme like One Dark, and some icons to go along with it. You'll need an LSP server for code completion. You might also want nvim tree to easily explore the file system, tree sitter for syntax highlighting, and telescope to more efficiently search across your project. From here, we can further customize each plugin as needed with its own dedicated Lua file. Now, all this configuration might feel a bit overwhelming. If you just want an IDE with minimal effort, simply install a starter config like nvchat. You'll have syntax highlighting, code completion, along with all kinds of other essential tools. And now you're ready to start writing code like a 10x engineer. Now that we're finished, I could tell you how to exit Vim, but then I'd have to kill you. This has been Neovim.
All right, cool. Okay. So, okay, yeah, we had this crazy lazy nvim. Lazy nvim. Yeah, nvim Rails Vim. Okay, here we go. What did we find here? Who is this? Configure Neovim as Ruby. Okay, maybe you got. Oh yeah, you again. Okay, so we have that business with this other thing, which I'm not into. Configuration file. Alright. Change the tree sitter list of your choice. Additional plugins in Neovim plugin section. Whole bunch of stuff. Okay. Yes, you do this. This is the goal. Additional plugins in Neovim plugin section. Focus, 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 focus. Need some caffeine. That's not a bad idea. I need to. Do need some caffeine. I should definitely acquire caffeine. Right now, I will push through. I've been in blah 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 blah. Okay, now. Set up. This may actually turn out to be the simple route. I don't know. I just don't want to depend on another layer of complexity outside of Neovim itself. And I want to be in the terminal. And I don't know if this is purely in the terminal. It looks like it is. I don't know, right? I don't know what other stuff this is adding to the situation. It reminds me of Doom Emacs. I may end up here, but first I must. Not bad. I probably would have built this website. First I must conquer figuring out how to get an old school plugin like Rails.vim installed into this. Alright, so we're gonna go back here. Yeah, we can't use Packer because we're using lazy, right? So, okay, what's the cross-reference then? Lazy in Vim. Pop you out here. What about lazy.invim rails.vim? Can I get you to cross-reference? Setting up Neovim LSP with Ruby and Rails. How do I get you to work? Alright, what do you have to say, Alex? Is everybody's website looking the same? Wait, wait, let me go back to that. Wait, go back again. Hold on. Go back. Yeah, what? It's very familiar here. Okay. Alright, let's come out here. Let me make sure I didn't stumble on something last night before we... Lua Rocks and Ubuntu. Yeah, okay, yeah, we got that. That's groovy. That's solid. Structuring your coughing. I don't know. Structuring your plugins. Oh yeah, right. Doing the whole folder thing. Yeah, yada yada yada. Right. I wish I could just go to a lazy Vim interface, type in rails.vim, and it would find it and download it. You know that thing that I can do in Emacs? Okay. Profiling, debug developers. Oh, you know what? Hang on. As I sit here and say this, lazy in Vim here. Lazy in Vim. Can it? Does it? Package management explained. 14 minutes. Okay, who's got a good video? 67. View count rating. View count. Who's got a good one? Neovim RC. Okay, effective Neovim setup for web development. 1 million views, 1.7 million views. Okay, yeah. 0 to IDE. TJ, 16 minutes. All right, TJ, let's rock. What you got, TJ?
What's up, YouTube? It's TJ DeVries. I'm one of the core maintainers of Neovim. I've worked on the LSP integration, the Lua integration, Lua auto commands, and a Vim 9 script to Lua transpiler. In addition, I'm the author of Telescope NVim, Plenary NVim, and a wide variety of other contributions and plugins in the Neovim ecosystem. And today, what I want to show you is how to take Neovim from not configured to an instant IDE in 30 seconds or less. So before getting started with actually configuring Neovim, you need to...
Hold on, I'm gonna get, okay, I'm gonna, okay. Watch this entire video. But can you point me in the right direction for getting Rails.vim T-Popes Rails.vim I have NV Chad. Okay. Installed. Okay, so he'll know what that means. Okay, cool. Bing! Alright, toss that in here, and now we're gonna watch the rest of this video.
Install it. It's actually pretty simple to install. If you go to github.com/neovim/neovim, click on the wiki, click on installing Neovim. There's a bunch of different ways to do it. In general, I prefer building it from source, but you can also download from the releases or, as mentioned here, install the updates, build from source, and install for yourself. That's step number 1 in the process. After you've installed, you should have some way to start Neovim on your system. That's probably something like typing nvim. Now, when you do that, you're gonna have just this screen right here. Not a lot to go on. If you don't know how to navigate or do other things inside here, I really recommend starting with Vim Tutor or heading over to the Primogen's videos learning how to use Vim. If you're interested in more ideas about that, let me know what you'd like to know. We can make some videos for it. But so what does editing files look like right now? If we just edit something inside of Neovim's source tree, like this, you'll see that it's not the prettiest color scheme in the world. It doesn't have a lot of things, and if you start typing, you're not gonna get any help from things, right? Even though we see right here, clearly we're trying to access this variable, we're not gonna have that happen now. So how do we go from here to having language smarts, LSPs, nice highlighting, all of that? It's just one simple script and you'll be all set up. The rest of the video after that, I'm gonna explain how that script works so that you can start extending and moving from Neovim as an IDE to Neovim to a PDE. What's a PDE? Well, it's a personalized development environment. In short, it's a way for you to configure your editor in a way that you like. For a longer description and more information, check in the description below. I'll link to my previous video where I introduced the concept. Anyways, let's get on to the IDE section in 15 seconds, shall we? So the first thing you'll need to do to move from zero configuration to an easy IDE in Neovim is to create an nvim config folder. Now on Linux and on Mac, this is simply doing something like makedir.p.config/nvim. Once you've made that folder, you can cd there, and you'll see right now that I don't have anything inside of this folder. So no, we've opened up Neovim, nothing's there, and we don't have anything in our config. We're going to just copy one script and get started. This is where Kickstart NVim comes into play. Kickstart NVim is not a Neovim distribution. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but Kickstart is a simple place for you to kickstart your NVim journey. It contains a very sane and sensible default setup that you can use to get started, and then that you can iterate and build on top of. You don't have to keep up to date with anything in here. You don't have to copy it. You don't have to learn a new framework. It's simply copy, paste, and let's go. All of this information is documented in the README, but what you need to do to move from no config to IDE is simply take the kickstart init.lua. In general, I like to open this raw. I just copy. You can use the mouse. You're about to drop the mouse forever, right? So it's kind of like giving one last kiss goodbye before you break up with the mouse. Once you have that, go back to wherever you have config Neovim and open up init.lua. Simply paste the file in, right, quit, so that's WQ to save. And now the next time that you open up Neovim, it'll start installing your package manager, your plugins, and the associated configurations. So let's just see that in action. You type Neovim, it just says, hey, I'm installing things. It gives you a nice little message to let you know what's up. And then it's installing all your plugins. They've all finished installing. You quit, and now we open it up again, and you'll see, hey, I'm installing language server. It gives you a nice little message to let you know what's up. And then it's...
Hold on, T-Pope. Oh my God. Well, if he can do T-Pope Vim Rhubarb, he could do T-Vim Pope Rails. Vim Fugitive. Sleuth. Whoa. Oh, he's using Packer. Oh my God. Why did Packer stop being developed? All of the... And see yet. 22. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus Christ. all the documentation I'm running into is everybody's talking about Packer. Packer was apparently the package manager for Neovim. It stopped being developed back in 2022 or 2023, somewhere on the is this it? Yeah, boom. Yeah, 23. It's the currently unmaintained motherfracker. Oh, so okay, which means now we got to use something called lazy. I don't know how to use that. What the fuck? This is a new thing. Okay, all right. Oh boy.
It's installing all your plugins. They've all finished installing. You quit, and now we open it up again, and you'll see, hey, I'm installing language servers. We're ready to go. Now you got a much nicer looking Neovim already with some real colors, a real status line, and some information going on. Let's compare the experience opening the file that we had from Neovim source tree before to what we have now. So now I've moved back to the Neovim source tree just as an example of a fun project for us to navigate. You'll notice now when we open up Neovim, get some nicer colors as we just mentioned, but we come with a lot more goodies now. Let's say we'd like to find that auto command file again. Okay. I type space SF to say search files, and I say, I want to look for something that has auto command in it. And sure enough, there's the name. I press enter to go inside. I jump down to line 180 because that's where we were before, and I can simply start typing AP. Notice now I get completion for each of the variables that are available to me now. I start completing, and I get the different fields for each of these items. If I press GD to go to definition, I jump to the definition, which is in a different file, that uses LSP to calculate that definition. If I was wondering, where is this field used? I could press GR to look for references, and I can fuzzy find over these references. So if I wanted to find one just with Kerpat, I can do that. Move up and down with Control N and Control P. I can press enter, and I immediately go to that reference. I can, in fact, do this, and I can move them to the quick fix list, and I can scroll through and work through these at my leisure if I needed to refactor them. All of those instantly come with any LSP. We can do even more than that. To explore more, you could look at telescope key maps, and you can look and see, I'd like to do things like search for symbols. Do I have anything with symbols? I do. Space WS for workspace symbols and space DS for document symbols. Why don't we try out space DS? This shows me all of the symbols defined in the current file. So if I knew I was looking for something with nested in the name, I could press enter and I immediately go to the definition of that in the file. All of these things come basically out of the box. And if you open up a new file or a new language that isn't currently installed by default, you can simply type Mason and pick from any of the available language servers supported by Mason and Vim. If all of a sudden you're like, I want to do OCaml because that's what I'm doing for Advent of Code, you can press Control F. You could search through these and you could look through them. Or you could simply go for OCaml. Look at this.
Oh, wait. Oh, he just, okay, what? This, okay, wait, we'll go back.
That isn't currently installed by default. You can simply type Mason and pick from.
Boom. Hold on. Pop. Oh, buddy, you might have just done something for me here. Boom. Mason. Does that still work? Yes. Oh. Okay. Oh, mama, please. Mama, please. Mama, please. Insolent. Bacon. Bandit. Whole bunch of stuff I've never. Black? What the heck is that? Buff? BZL? Okay, that's right. Well, okay, hold on. Closure. Cool. Crystalline. Whole bunch of stuff. Okay, get to the point. Get to the point. These are, and oh wait, there are languages in here. I know. I was curious. Come on, go back up. Okay, no. Don't know why I was thinking about Fortran. GH, get lint. Ooh, get lint. Ooh. Ooh, what is all this? HTML hint? What? Are there languages in this? Java debugger, Java test. JSON something just. Alright, is there any? Are the Elemento? Oh, Perl debug adapter, Perl navigator, PHP. PHP, Rust Analyzer, Postgres tools. Ooh, that's sexy. What's that? Prettier. Cool. Ooh. I'm tempted to turn that on right now, but let me stay focused. Pretty diff. Puppet editor services. Ooh, what's that? Ooh. Okay, so no Rails thing showing up. There's an R language server. There's a Reason language server. Shoot. I was like, oh, hey, there's a Ruby Lisp. There's a Rust Analyzer. Maybe the Ruby list is the thing, huh? SQL something. Svelte. Wait, Svelte. There's a Svelte language server. Oh, sexy. That's sexy. Okay. What else is in here? Okay, Tailwind. Of course, Tailwind's language server. Okay, so language. Oh man, there's a Svelte language server. There's a Ruby. Let me know. Ruby LSP. There's a. That's right. Let's keep going. Vacuum Vector just VS Code Spring Boot. Ooh, Spring Boot. Vue. There's a Vue language server. Oh heck yeah. What else you got? YAML. Okay, look at all of that stuff. I see Ruby. There's a Vue. Okay, Vue's a. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep going with the top here. I don't think I found exactly what I'm looking for, but I found some interesting stuff. Installed, right? All LS. Oh wait, all. Two. Oh, there we go. LSP. Oh. Linter formatter. Oh, we can do it by the LSP, baby. We can sort it by the LSP, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, Copilot. Coffee Sense. C#. CSS. CSS modules. Cucumber. Yeah, that's nice. Django. Template LSP. .language server. .net. Oh my God, it's an Ember. There's an Emmet. Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy. Faculty Final Fish Foam. I can figure out how good it is, what I can do with it, right? Go, Grammarly, Gradle, GraphQL, Groovy, Haskell, Helm, HTML, Hydra. Is it Java? Right. Jedi? Ginger? Okay. Just. I don't know what Just is. Kotlin. I know what Kotlin is. Hey, Laravel! What else we got in here? Lua, Markdown Oxide. I don't know what that is. Markdown. I don't know what Markdown Oxide is. Next. There's a next language server. Nickel. Let's see. OCaml, OmniShard, Perl. Postgres tools again. Puppet again. Pyre. Pyralyzer. Reason. Hey, Rubocop. Ruby. Okay, Ruby and Rubocop. Ruby and Rubocop. Okay. Interesting. Let's go back over here and listen to the rest of this.
From any of the available language servers supported by Mason and Vim. If all of a sudden you're like, I want to do OCaml because that's what I'm doing for Advent of Code, you can press Control F. You could search through these and you could look through them. Or you could simply go for OCaml. Look at this. You can press I to accept it. You can see now that it's installing OCaml for me. And I'll have the LSP next time I open up an OCaml file. It's as simple and easy as that to add support for another language that you're working with. Now, how does this happen? How does the magic work? That's what we're going to talk about for the rest of the video. I want to make sure that you understand what's happening inside of this file, but I just wanted to show how easy and how powerful Neovim can be with almost no work and no setup, just a few things, inspecting the key maps, and you're ready, rip-roaring to go. We can open up the init.lua that we copy and pasted in before, and let's work through what's going on here so that we can really understand this and that you can begin that journey for yourself of customizing Neovim exactly the way that you'd like. Effectively, what we have here at the top with this installation section is we're just making sure that Packer, the package manager that we're using, is available on your system. After that, we use a startup function. This function declares what packages you want to install. Each of the following sections are just different plugins that we're using to do different tasks within Neovim. If you want to add another one, it's as simple as doing use and then path to thing, wherever that website is. We currently have Packer, which is the plugin that we're using, and it can manage itself. We have nvim lsp config, that helps us set up and run language. Effectively, what we have here and how powerful Neovim can be with almost no work, and we're going to talk about I to accept it. You can see now that it's installing a new file or a new language that isn't currently installed by default. You can simply type Mason and pick from any of the available language servers supported by Mason and Vim. If all of a sudden you're like, I want to do OCaml because that's what I'm doing for Advent of Code, you can press Control F. You could search through these and you could...
Hold on, Control F? Oh, wait, what? How did he do that? Wait, what? Go back.
That's what I'm doing for Advent of Code. You can press Control F. You can...
Control F. Okay, am I just doing Control F? Yes! Whoa. What? .net. Oh, Ansible, so we can see it. Oh, C. Oh, God. This right here. This right here felt good. Look at this. Arduino assembly. What? Wait. Is Arduino's not a language? Wait, what is it? Wait. Arduino's a thing. Wait. Angular. Okay, that's a framework. Okay. C sharp. Oh my god. Hit more. Cope. Dog. Oh my god. COBOL. Oh my god. Closure script. Coffee script. Cucumber. Cipher. Cipher. I can't even say it right. Cipher. I'm like, Django. Okay. Have the thing that I came here looking for. But this is beautiful. Let's see. Ember. Yep. Who else? Fortran. Look at that. There we go. GraphQL and Go. HTML, of course, right? Handlebars. IPython. JSON, JavaScript. Of course, you got that TypeScript too, right? LaTeX. OCaml. Open API. PHP, Perl, Postgres, Puppet, Python, R. Oh, come you don't say Rails. Motherfucker. But you do say Ruby. Robot framework? You gotta look that up. But you do say Ruby and Rust. Okay. Svelte. Teal, Terraform. TypeScript. There we go. Vim script. Vue. Okay, you have Vue. Okay, hey, it is what it is. Get more Vue developer, which is good. But, just do Python, Django, and Vue anyway. That's what I should be living in. TypeScript. There we go. Type number and enter or click with the mouse. Q to cancel. Oh, type number. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Q. Empty. Okay, what was that? That was Control Find, right? Control F. Let's go find Ruby since our mission is Rails here. Today's mission is Rails development. So let's go find Ruby. That is 164. Okay, 164. 164. Okay. Language filter, press installed 0. Available. Oh, okay. So Ruby Lisp. How do I just press enter to clear? Codebook. Verb? Solargraph, sorbet, steep stimulus. Oops. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I don't know where I'm at now. A tab took me to someplace. Oh god. Okay. We actually wasn't there like a control O? Yes, control O. There we go. No, control O. Control O. Oh, I don't know. Control O. I don't know where I'm at now. Hold on. Don't close that. Close that gem file. Close it. No name. We're gonna do Mason again. Mason, can I do it like that? No. Okay, it has to be capital like that, right? Okay, cool. Oh, good. It didn't, okay. I don't know. How do I tell it? Give me this. How do I tell it to give me that? Okay, nope, nope, nope. That's not it. I'm a little confused because tab does not turn that on. Does spacebar turn it on? Oh, ooh, that's sexy. Okay, spacebar brings that up. But what's this? This gem is an implementation of the language server protocol specification for Ruby used. GitHub Shopify Ruby. Used what? What's going on over here? Do I need to use to improve editor features? Alright. Great. How do I install you, dog? Let's see. Enter just sort of pops that open. There's no word wrap. Interesting. Okay, whatever. Huh.
You could search through these and you could look through them. Or you could simply go for OCaml. Look at this. You can press I to accept it. You can
I to accept it. Huh. I? Ah. Okay. Huh. Gem install. Interesting. This could take a while. Okay. Install Ruby. Okay. RuboCup, I know that. The Ruby lint formatter that serves and protects. Yes. Right. Okay. Install. When was that written? When was this written? Hey, 2024. Oh, last year. Good. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so yeah, it would be nice if that said that up here. So something gave you some sort of indication of what to type. Okay, all right. I install because I don't see that anywhere. Not here. Like, how am I supposed to know that I'm supposed to install that? But anyway.
You can see now that it's installing OCaml for me, and I'll have the LSP next time I open up an OCaml file. It's as simple and easy as that to add support for another language that you're working with. Now, how does this happen? How does the magic work? That's what we're going to talk about for the rest of the video. I want to make sure that you understand what's happening inside of this file, but I just wanted to show how easy and how powerful your abilities within Neovim. Take your time, answer your questions, and find out what you didn't know by reading the help. Next up, what you'll see is a very common pattern. Many plugins that need some configuration provide a setup function that can be used.
All right, hold on. I found a resource that's just from last year. Let's see. Oof. Let's see. Do playlists. Give me some playlists. You're your dog, right? Advent of Neovim. Neovim config rewrite. Yep, Neovim can do this. Okay. That's 2 years ago. What do you hang on? I need to see what's you can just do things. Iris, no one is talking about. Yeah, man. Dynamic execution of code blocks. Execute markdown code blocks. Neovim plugin from scratch. Custom commands. Testing CI. Okay, integrating, refactoring plugin. Plugin auto commands. Easy floating terminal. Blah 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 blah. Hang on. This is gonna be goofy. Yeah, I'd be surprised if I found it. That's odd. I'm guessing some hits. Auto advent, blah 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 blah. Language server from scratch. Easiest Neovim auto completion setup. Has its own terminal. Okay. blah 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 blah. All right. This will be an interesting resource that we'll have to dive into later on. But right now, let's go back and pull this guy's thing up here because boink, we did get something good. I discovered, searching the thing and then pressing I installs it. It would be nice if there was a thing that said up here, because you would know, hey, navigate, press I, something to help the user. But there we go. Okay, so code book. What is it? Is that? That's not an unholy spell checker. Oh, an unholy spell checker. Oh, okay, I get it. Because, and why is there no word wrap? Okay, let's make this big because Ruby is in the thing. An unholy spell checker for code. Interesting. What is Harper? The grammar checker for developers. Okay. What is Herb? Powerful, seamless HTML web ERB. Huh. ERB parsing and tooling. Okay, interesting. Huh. Okay, what's Solargraph? Solargraph is a Ruby gem that provides IntelliSense features through the language server through LSP. IntelliSense features, huh? Okay, that's a thing. Sorbet, fast, powerful type checker designed for Ruby. Steep, static type checker for Ruby. Stimulus, intelligent stimulus tooling. That doesn't tell me anything. Tells me nothing. What is this? Can I click here and go there? No. Can I copy? Open a web browser. Yes, please. What is this? Intelligent stimulus tooling. Intelligent stimulus. What is stimulus? What is that? Intelligent stimulus tooling for. What is that? Data controller app. Blah 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 blah. Currently, this language server only works for HTML, though its utility extends to various file types such as ERB. Completions, data attributes, completions of controller identifiers, actions, targets, values, classes, diagnostics, JavaScript, quick fixes. ERB files, huh? Would it be neat to see a little video of it in action? Collapse buttons. I guess that's what the deal is, huh? But Okay. What was that? I go here. What's this next one here? So we got stimulus. All right, and the last one is S-Tree, a fast Ruby parser and formatter. All right, so we got some interesting things. We don't have Rails. Rails. Where's the? Okay. 3. What's DAP? I don't know what DAP. Linter. Right. Rubocop. Right. That's the linter. ERB lint. Formatter. Right. HTTP fire. Blah 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 blah. Okay. All right. How do you get out of this? G for help. Exit. How do you? Okay, just exit. What next do we have? Oh, this. All right. I need to make a nature call. Nature is calling. I must attend to her. I shall return. All right. We're back. Let's get the other mic set. All right, so let's see what Alex here has to say. Because it looks like his article was written last year and not 2 or 3 years ago. So let's see what's happening here. All right, Alex, don't let me down. I recently saw a video touting Zed. Don't you dare. It's like, don't look at it. As the new hotness IDE. Yeah, nope. The creator was someone who I respect a ton, but I was quite taken aback by some of the features they were demonstrating as though they were a big reveal. It went something like, ta-da, you can use vertical panes, or ta-da, fuzzy finder searches the project. Looking through the comments, I noticed a lot of positive engagement that made me wonder how something that I thought was relatively solved in Neovim could evoke such reverence and awe with a newer IDE. I'm certainly not here to shame any other editors or IDE, but I always want to be a good steward of Vim and Neovim, and that means spreading the good word. Your editor is a core competency. Harkening back to my recent blog post about Dave Tron's Docker Bash book, I am a big proponent of configuring your editor or IDE just for yourself, even if that means you're missing a little functionality in the short term. Blah 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 blah. So if you've tried to get off the ground with Neovim in the past but couldn't quite get enough momentum, or if DHH's switch after 20 years inspired you to give it a shot, sally forth. I'm going to show you how to set up some of the most basic but most helpful plugins and features to improve your workflow. If he switched to this, I can just ask this dude. I heard that. Cool, under any conditions, open Office. They'll bring headphones. Whatever editor is on their system, they'll make it work using a different framework, language. Every few years, no problem. Right. But I've come to accept it just isn't me. I bond with a quiet room, an editor, and a programming environment far more deeply than that. Case in point, I have been using TextMate. In fact, he's the reason I picked up TextMate. Since it was first created back in 2004, 20 years ago. That's 20 years now. Just almost as long as my time with Ruby working on Rails. TextMate has seen its popularity coming on in that time, and today few people are still choosing it, but I don't care. It's damn near finished software. Exactly, as far as I'm concerned. And I love programming TextMate. I heard that. Man, TextMate. I started Ruby on Rails with TextMate. That's right. Bro, I forgot. It's all the little things like the algorithm for escape completion of words within the current document, the macro recording and replay mechanism that I've used to set up the small handful of automations I use on a daily basis, like command return to turn method into def method /n, cursor in, yeah. Oh, it's the All Hallows Eve color theme and the perfection with which it renders bitstream sans mono. It's not much because I'm not looking for an IDE. I want to write my code in a plain text editor. And let that constraint force me to design programs and frameworks that require nothing more. It's amazing how sensitive you become to extraneous elements when you literally have to type all of them by hand. It's surely one of the reasons I never got on with explicitly typed languages, which basically require an IDE to flow. Side quest. Side quest. Do I have another? How many of these? I only got 2. Okay. Bing. Whoop. Tap it in there. Boom. Statically type, dynamically type, explicitly type. Oh, here we go. Wikipedia. Why do you not have a dark mode? Alright. Type checking dynamic. Static. Implicit with optional explicit. Explicitly typed languages. Okay. Explicit. Explicit. Explicit, explicit, explicit. C, explicit. The C group, explicit. Cobalt, explicit. Coffee script. I'll put cobalt, I think. Pearl crystal, cuneiform, Keurig, dart. Euphoria. Groovy, explicit, okay, implicit. I wish it just hit a thing and just explicit. Java. This is explicit. Run Objective C, explicit. Okay. Quick quest. Which basically requires okay, when I flatter myself, I think of it like climbing free solo. Minus the imminent risk of death. It's choosing for something to be harder because the constraint has value. So I'd long thought that TextMate might well be that forever editor for me. I've tried all of the major alternatives, but none of them has nailed the basics in the way TextMate does for me. Most of the new stuff they brought to the party was stuff I'd pay to forego. But here's the problem. TextMate is tied to the Mac, and tying myself to the Mac seems like an increasingly bad idea. Yeah, because Apple sucks butt now. Hey, I only got on Apple because it was a Unix environment. When they switched over to OS 10 20 some odd years ago, that's when I made the switch, only because it was the closest thing I could get to pure Unix environment with, doing all my other stuff, Dreamweaver and all of that, and Photoshop and all that stuff back in the day. Now you're not catching me dead using Photoshop. I will use open source tools like Krita and Dreamweaver. Well, we have all kinds of various editors and IDEs to solve that problem. And I'm on a Linux machine, so yep. Welcome, my friend. let's see what he's got. Forever tied to the Mac. Okay, and tying myself to the Mac seems increasingly bad idea. Apple has turned into the kind of company that I just don't want to have to rely on. Exactamundo. Yep, that was my first feeling about Windows back in the day. Yep, that doesn't mean I can't use any of their products, but I absolutely do not want to feel like I have to. Right, that you're in a walled garden. I want to have the independence where walking away is always an option. Yes, come to the Linux. Come to the Linux. Let's see where this goes. And it just isn't as long as I'm committed to TextMate. Okay. Thus began the search for the last editor, one that isn't tied to a specific platform or preferably even a specific company. Hello, talk about it. Preach! And that I trust will still be around until I'm done programming. VS Code has become the obvious choice for most in the web world. Nope, that's Microsoft. But the longer I spend working with it, the more I realize that its heart is beating to become a full-fledged IDE. Exactly. And all I want is a text editor. Okay, I see that. They're slowly growing that into an IDE. I don't think we're going to in the same direction. VS Code and I, and frankly, even with their latest redemption arc, I'm not keen to tie my editor commitment to Microsoft. Thank you. Who knows what kind of villainy they may once again descend into exactly, or currently doing. VS Code is nothing but an endpoint for sucking up everything you do to train their AI, which eventually is designed to put you out of a job. So figure it out. If you hope to still be writing code for another 20 or 30 years, exactly. The suggestion I've heard a lot is Sublime. Boy, nah. They have clients on Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. I hear a lot of good things about it. Yeah, I used Sublime back in the day. The spiritual successor to TextMate, yeah, man, that's old. That's dope. That was back in 2014, 2015, 2013, I remember, whatever. Using Sublime Text. But last time I gave it a shot, it felt like Uncanny Valley. Yep, very similar to TextMate, but not quite. And all the little differences added up to a shimmer I just couldn't shake. That's why I'm thinking it might be better to try something radically different. Enter Vim. Yeah, given so many people in the Rails community were using Vim. At the time he was on TextMate, which surprised me. I thought he was a Vim person, but alright, Enter Vim. It's part of the ultimate neckbeard duo of editors together with Emacs. Yep. It's an editor with a history that traces back to the late 70s, and it's iconically quirky. The long running joke is that nobody knows how to even quit it when they first start. But talk about standing the test of time. The modern interpretation of Vim is called Neovim, and it's got a cult following, including people whose parents weren't even born when VI originally came out. It's still VI. That's still how you end it. To quit. It's still quirky, but it's also fast. Modern integrates with the latest editor evolutions, like language servers. I actually spent the summer programming in Vim prior to learning Ruby. Interesting, I didn't know that. And remarkably, a good portion of all those quirky commands have stuck in my brain. Partly because the magic of Vim is its ubiquity. Every Linux system has some version of it installed, so whenever I'm editing files on a remote system, it's with VI mode, right? So we'll see. I'm still of two minds of whether I'm going to allow Apple's villainy separate me from my TextMate, but I'm willing to experiment and entertain the option now. Let's go, Neovim. Show me what you got. Oh my god. Yes. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's get back to this. Oh, okay. If you have tried, okay, to inspire you to give it a shot. Sally forth, I'm going to show you how to set up some of the most basic but most helpful plugins and features to improve your workflow. All that being said, I guess most folks aren't that interested in improving their Vim config on a Friday night, so I have to mention that there are some excellent Neovim distributions like Astro or Lunar that will give you much more functionality than what I'll cover today, but it comes with a whole kitchen sink, right? I ain't trying to do all that right now. That's next, later, but not now. What we'll set up: Lazy Plugin Manager, Telescope, and LSP of choice, auto completion. What we get: Vim config right for extensibility, fuzzy font of all kinds, instant syntax and linting, many keystrokes saved, and editor we understand that don't require a login. Note, this tutorial skips the use of Mason Lisp config because I don't mind having specific calls to each of the Lisp and know I config. Let's get started. Lazy Vim is a fantastic plugin manager. You don't really need to know any specifics about how it works. Just know that it's great. Starting from scratch, you should create a file called init. This is the entry point for your Neovim config, and it's where you'll immediately get help from Lazy. Okay, as a matter of fact, I don't even know, what did this do? Do I want to do that? Do I not want to do that? Do I want to do that? Do I not want to do that? I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to do this instead of maybe over here. Come here. And go over here. And click this. Click that. Scooch over here some more. Alright, I'm curious. Where are you? CD till slash dot config. Oops, config. That's oh, console ninja. I forgot about that. Config. In Vim. Boom. Okay, now let's take a look at that. Alright. Ah, yes, there is an innet Lua. Okay, good. It did all that in the installation. Called innet Lua. This is the entry point for your NVIM config, and it's where you'll immediately get help from Lazy. Okay. So we got stuff in here. Alright, this is his. Restart Neovim and run check health Lazy. Oh, you know what? I didn't even try that. Hang on. Oh, here's one thing I want to do. Let's stretch you out a bit. Let's stretch you down a bit. And let's do this. Init. Boom. Still ain't picking it up. But interesting. Okay, good. Bootstrap, Lazy, and all plugins. Yes. Good. Map. Okay, map a leader to something here. Map equal leader / Okay, so different bag of cats. Load plugins. Oh. Load plugins. That's looking familiar. NVChat. Right. Huh. Lazy false branch import plugins. What is that talking about? Right. Load theme. Require options. Load plugins. Let's keep going. Require lazy dot setup spec plugins go here. Install. What's this? Why is this equal to spec? Import plugins. Trying to understand lines 16 through 27. That log. Restart. Okay. And run check health lazy. Create a check steps. Create that file. Add that configuration. Run check health lazy. Telescope. Telescope is a highly customizable fuzzy finder. Allows you to search for files, buffers, symbols, errors, and just about anything else you can imagine. My favorite pattern for using Telescope is searching for a specific controller or model in a project. I can type just enough characters without needing to type the exact file name. Right. Good. For the reader to get the following dependencies installed. A font with ligature and icon support. Nerd fonts suggested. Rip grip. FD suggested. Rip grip. Rip grep. Alright, here, let's go get that. Nerd font. Do I have that already open? Surprised I didn't have it over there. that fellow again. Close that out for now. Hackers, you don't Command T. Worry about that. Ways. Okay, that's looking back. Okay, that's the commands for that grip get installed. Yeah, that weird website that doesn't make sense. This needs help. Because what is going on here? Can I go back to the main Neovim page, maybe? Is that in my history? I don't know. Yeah. We'll stay there for now. You. Okay, you. And you. Okay. Shoot. Having a moment. What was I thinking? What was I trying to do? I don't remember. Okay. I don't remember. Okay. Restart Neovim, check out the lazy, yada 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 yada. Easy Neovim. Telescope. Oh, telescope. Right. Okay, wait. So Mason did that one thing for the LSPs. There was another thing. Wait, there was a. How do you run lazy? Oh, I should probably. Okay, that's a detail note. Ooh, Rails Vim. Do I have a thing for Neovim? I don't. There needs to be a thing for Neovim. Where do I wanna put? Well, no, it should be in new portfolio site. You know, Nginx. Okay. Let's see, Neovim, something like that. Boom, something like that. There you go. Boom. All right. Mason. Let's see. Commands to remember. Mason. That's the first one. And yeah, how did the turn on? Because I saw that. Okay, when we first began inside of here. All right. Let me get back to this. Okay, so telescope Neovim. Highly customizable for some blah 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 blah. For example, when fuzzy finding blah 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 blah. I'll do it as if it was fun. Okay. Oh yeah, rip grip. Duh. Okay. Get that. Gimme. Oh. Wait. Don't I ever have this one here? Oh, this is a. That's not a font. I'm sitting here thinking you're looking for it. No, this is the grep tool. A font. Oh, just a font. Okay. Gotcha. Suggested optional. Yeah, all these are installed. And let's add the first few plugins to our lazy config, consisting of telescope and the rest of our dependencies. Okay. Telescope. Huh. Uh-huh. Who's calling that? Who's calling spec? After restarting Neovim a while in normal mode, try typing check health telescope to make sure everything is accounted for. To test an action while in Neovim, try typing telescope find files. You'll probably want to set up some key maps to make an easy shortcut for all the finders you have available. Telescope usage. Check steps. Verify, check those, add telescope plugins. Install. Okay, cool. See, now I already have a layer of complexity. I'm like, okay, what I gotta do now? Let's move you over here off screen, put you down here for now, and let's go back to you. We are going to shrink that down a bit and minimize that. Let's go back to you. Now, okay, no idea what buffer I'm in or what. I gotta figure out where nerd tree is or the like. Huh. Interesting. What is this? That's one folder. Okay. Light, dark, no name. I don't know what this is. Some sort of buffer up here. Okay, there's got to be a cheat sheet a cheat sheet for it's NV chat, yeah, NV chat commands or something like that. Basic, here we go. Neovim Lua, okay, NV chat docs. Follow the arrows below. Learn basic. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's put this in here too. NV chat should be a sub column in here. We're gonna do NV chat. Boom. Bam. So we know where to go. Alright. Okay, comments. Print. Variables. Oh, you know, I got all this going on, but you can't really see that, can you? That's not sexy. That's not sexy. Let's move her up a bit and get her on screen. There we go. Okay. All right. Variables. Yeah, it's a little sexy. That's sexy. Now, variables. Okay, very simple. Okay, straightforward. Nice. Comparison operators. Feels like Ruby. It's so simple looking. Conditional statements. Huh. Combining statements. This is Lua? I mean, this does remind me of Ruby. Combining statements, insert value, functions, local function, print num, print a, local print num function equals function a. Okay, two different ways to write a function. Oh, it's kind of like JavaScript in that way, yeah. Print num, right. Multiple parameters, school scope. Print in, nil, in isn't accessible outside of food. Loops. Okay. For loops. Tables, arrays, dictionaries, nested tables, modules, Vim, whatever the heck that is. A table is the Neovim function which is used for merging tables and their values recursively. Most plugins use it for merging config tables. Okay, cool. Alright, got a next? Where's the next? Let me scooch this down a bit. Maybe the browser's too tall. There you go. Alright. Now, let's bring that down. Alright, walkthrough. Boom. How does Chad work? Alright, Chad, this is the main repo for Chad, and its development contains all the plugins, options, mappings, auto commands. All of its modules are in NVChad. Starter config, which uses Chad repo as a plugin. Users will be using the starter config as a base. Imports NVChad modules require yada yada yada. Okay. ChadRC, this file is used to configure UI in base 46 plugin. It's meant to have structure of nvconfig.lua. It should be in your configs Lua folder. Themes. You can see all the themes with the following key map. Leader plus TH. Leader key is the space bar in chat. Thank you. Somebody actually tells you who the leader key is. Okay. When they say leader. TH. Oh, space bar. Hold on. Back up. Boom. There we are. T. Key map. New buffer. Inventory focus window. Terminal. New terminal. Toggle line number. Terminal new vertical term. Buffer close. Buffer new, buffer close. What is this part that's above me? I'm like, what is this space up here? I guess we'll find out when I finish reading this. Inventory focus. E? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See, if I had that, this would be that part where the space raccoon was looking at the gun and the gun was expanding out, you know? Oh, yeah. That's what this is. If I had a hotkey, I'd be showing that right now. Oh my God, yes. Oh yeah, yep. Let's hit this again. Okay, hit you. Oh, okay. Hit that again. Hold on, can I make it go away or no? Okay, so making it show up is E. But, okay, hey, holy cow, that worked. Oh, nice. Oh. Key. Cursor control. Yes. Yes, mommy, yes. It works. Frackin' A. Okay, cool. Okay, so spacebar, huh? Alright, so you said TH. So T. Telescope. Chat themes. H. Oh. Huh. Okay, can we show me what you got. Show me what you got, mama. Show me what you got. Oh yeah. Doom Chad, Eldritch. Oh yeah. Embarking on some code. Ever blush. Make you blush, girl. Yep. Everforest. Not bad. Everforest like. Falcon. Oh. Oh, I love this. Oh God. Okay, Melange. Princess Mononoke. Not Mononoke, but Mononoke. Okay. Monochrome Mountain. Okay, all right. We have found that thing. Let me get back to Aquarium. I'm gonna leave you alone. Escape, hopefully. Can escape? Yeah, nice. Okay. Wow. Okay. What else is down there? T. What are the other ones? What does that even go to? I don't know, right? What's behind these other letters? I don't know. Oh, okay. We'll close that off. I don't know how to close this yet. Let's keep going. Space. Okay, mappings. If you want to know all the key maps, you can run the following commands. NV cheat sheet. Telescope key maps. Telescope key maps. Run the following commands. Wait, when you say run the following commands, do you mean NV cheat sheet? Is that a command? NV cheat sheet. Let's see. No. Unless I typed it wrong. Oh, I did type it wrong. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Okay, nice. Cheat sheet. Boom. There we go. Hot dog. Hot dog. Holy cow. Here we go. Here it is. Here we go. Here it is. Woo! Okay, what's this? What's this? Diagnostic, local list, window up, ooh, telescope, ooh, find files. Oh, so telescope is up or oh, ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Remember, you was a kid, and they'd be like, gotta raise your hand for the teacher. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hit this. FF. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. App. Ooh. 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 What you got? What you got? Show me what you got. What you got? What you got? Oh snap! Snap! We want to do. Who do we want? Who do we want? Who do we want? We want that one. We want events. We want events application record. Who we want? We want events. Boom! There you go. Boom! Boom! Oh snap! No more Command T. Oh God! Yes. Yes. Oh, freedom. Shackles unbound. Okay. Yes. Okay. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. Oh my God. All I need to do now is get um Tim Pope's Rails.vim installed. If that do you even need that? I don't even know. Do you? Oh God. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Validates Azure Accessor, application record, all day event, self desktop. Oh my God. Okay. Right. We're in the model. Right. Cause see, if I had whatchamacallit, I could just be like, what is it? E controller, right? And then I would shift to the controller. See you. I could just do controller, and then that would shift to the controller, but that's not a thing here, right? Hang on. What's Hang on. Let's see. Chat. Rails Vim. Yeah. Right. So yeah, E controller, right? Ooh, that would automatically pop to the event controller, which is living up here. The controller. See that puppy, right? Ooh, oh my God. See if I could just. Ooh, that's all I want. Just give me that. Just give me that. Just give me this one plugin. This way. Figure it out. Okay, all right. Let me go back to reading. Right. Themes, space chat, sheets, telescope key maps. Okay. Manage plugins. All right. Overview. Each uses lazy for plugin management. List of default plugins. Lazy loading. We lazy load almost 95% of plugins, so we expect and recommend you to lazy load as it's efficient in reducing startup time. We don't want users making NVChat slow just because they didn't lazy load plugins they've added. Please read the lazy event plugin specs docs to know what options are available for lazy loading, etc. Try your best to lazy load a plugin. Manage plugins. All NVChat default plugins will have lazy true set. Okay. Therefore, if you want a plugin to be enabled on startup, change it to lazy false. Therefore, if you want a plugin to be enabled on startup, change it to lazy false. Read official lazy doc examples. Plugin anyname.lua. Okay. Return which key in Vim false disable. VChat plugin. Tree sitter telescope. Okay, this disable a default in VChat plugin. This option will extend the default options. If the ops uses a function called require, then make ops spec a function, then modify the ops argument, NV, telescope, NV, blah, 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 or table insert, yada, yada, yada. LSP configuration. Set up LSP server before starting. It is strongly recommended that you walk through the LSP configuration. Then check configs.md to make sure your language's LSP server is present there. Plugin table. Blah, 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 blah. Mason.md. Run the Mason install all command. Once the binaries are installed, you will have to configure them to properly work with LSP, conform, NVMLint, blah, 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 blah. NVChat does not provide any language configuration aside from Lua. Okay, mappings. The mapping configuration uses the NV name shortcuts as space, Alt, Shift. Default mappings are defined here. Mapping format. NVChat uses blah 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 blah. Docs. NVChat cheat sheet. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Mappings, Lua, blah blah blah. Please note that the above methods won't override LSP mappings because they are lazily loaded and don't load on startup. Snippets, Lua snip. Okay, UI plugin. Nothing. Okay. Theming, read. Okay, read these things. Okay. Theming, features, inbuilt features. Built upon its personal plugins and many general Neovim plugins below features that provided by each other. Base 46. Base 46 is Chat's highly performant theming plugin and has 68 themes. Okay, how it works. Blah 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 blah. Gets highlight groups. Blah 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 blah. YouTube, yay! Okay, no audio, but cool. Okay, chat RC Lua, right? I guess you could do it that way. You could do it the cool way that I just saw a minute ago. Hey, what terminal is he using? I like that. It doesn't have all this fatness on the top. Oh, I cannot read that, bro. Keystrokes. All right, show the keystrokes. There you go. Oh, 480. Come on, dog. Here we go. I like your terminal. Hey, dog. What kind of terminal you got? Transparency, true. Okay, we can play around transparency. Huh. Okay. Let's go back. And theme switcher with telescope NVM that reloads themes on the fly using the base planner and planner. Okay, fantastic, beautiful. Status line. Right. We have our own status line module, which has 4 status line styles. Oh, that's what I have on the other Vim. It's not working right now, but this one is. Okay. I'll go with this one for now, but you got other ones. Nice. Tabufline. InChat's TabbyFine module is a mix of tab line and buffer line. It manages buffers and tabs. Buttons in it are clickable. Oh. Each tab will have its own set of buffers stored in the TabbyFine. TabbyLine, TabbyFline, TabbyLine, TabbyFline. No. TabbyFline, whatever. We'll show those only. Think of it like workspaces on Linux Windows, where windows stay in their own workspaces. But in Vim buffers from all tabs will be shown in every tab. Okay, more silence. Cool. Okay. What's your terminal, dog? Uh-huh. 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 Tabs. Oh. 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 Yay. Securities package. Blah, 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 boom. Okay, this is sex. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Oh. 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 This is like, what is it? Is this a T-Mux? Is this a Plex thingy? What the heck? Whoa. Okay, what the? Okay. Term. NVChat's terminal module to toggle and run commands in the Neovim terminal booklet. Its features are okay, so it has a terminal. Alright, cool. I get that. Dashboard. Yeah, how do I get back to the dashboard? NVChat. NV Dash. It's just minimal dashboard module. It's very simple at this stage, and we'll get more features. Command to run it. NV Dash. NV Dash. Alright, let's see. Where you at? Where are we at? We're here. Moving here, right? We're doing stuff. We got stuff. How do you even get like, oh my god. Okay. Let's see. How do I get a sexy terminal like that? Right? The little fat thing on the top. Like, I want it to be less fat. I want a terminal with no fat top to it. Is that possible? Can I do that? How can I do that? Takes me high. No. Resize, always on top. Close. Just silent. I like that other terminal. I like it. I like that terminal he had, dog. I'm like, advanced. No. Preferences. General enabling mnemonics, enable the menu accelerator theme variant. Default, oh yeah, no, that's that. Okay, opening terminal in new tab position last. Okay. I don't think there's any way to. Let's see, pop, right now we're on pop, right? Pop, right, that's right. So, there's no way to make that top disappear, right? Colors, scrolling. Nah, I'm dreaming about stuff right now. Let me leave this alone. Darn, that would be neat though, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Alright, focus. So let's get back down here and we're gonna do this and we're gonna say NV dash. Do you have something for me? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Find file. Okay. Recent files. Find Word. Themes. Mappings. Alright, that's. Can I hit Q? No. Can I do Q? No. Oh, that's something else. Oh, that gave me a history of commands. How did I accidentally run into that? I don't know. Quit. No. No. Okay, who's doing what here? Somehow I got into... I don't know what's happening. Okay, cool. Find file. Loaded 24 of 27 plugins in 11 seconds. Cool. What is this? What is this thing? Oh no. Okay, it's gone now, thankfully. Alright. Find file. No name. Who is no name? Who is no name? Do we care about no name? We don't care about no name. Oh, we don't care about no... Oh, get rid of event too? Don't want to give it a... Hang on, go back to event. There we go. We got event. Alright. Okay. Oh, interesting. Is no name just sort of by default always there or something? I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay. Alright, anyway, go back to this. Mappings, themes. Okay. It's disabled on startup. Check the interview for the syntax. Right, blah, 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 blah. Cheat sheet. Auto-generated mapping cheat sheet module, which has a similar layout to that of CSS Masonry layout. It has two themes. Okay. Oh boy. Let us... Can we embiggen you? Oh boy. Oh, okay. Oh, like that or like this. Okay. Grid and simple. Oh lord. Okay. Command to toggle it. Cheat sheet. And mapping. CH. Okay. Hold on. Let me go back here. CH. Wait, no, okay, no. Leader, CH. Leader, CH. Boom. How do I turn this off? How do I get rid of that? Okay. Well, we're just gonna go down here, kids, and we're gonna look over here, kids. Toggle. Comment X. Telescope. Move. Toggle. Themes. Cheat sheet. Terminal. Help. Jump. General. Toggle. Focus with toggle window. Control N. Control N. Yes. Control nerd tree. 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 That's how I'm gonna remember that. Control nerd tree. Right. All right. Cool. Cool. Diagnostic lock list. General help. Inventory. Okay. Format file. Oh yeah, it's control tree. We're doing all that. All right. Show diagnostic under the cursor. Empty line above list, but diagnostic help. Which key? General. Clear highlights. Save file. Help. Telescope. Right. Nerd tree. General. Command. Toggle. Toggle comment. Oh, cool. Buffer, switch, terminal, help. All right, cool. All right, now the question is, how do I get this plugin to work? Okay, colorify colors, hex color on buffer, and Lisp colors on the buffer like Tailwind, etc. LSP signature, minimum signature window, just uses on some commands. LSP variable renamer used for renaming. All right, Neovim CMP styling, whatever that is a completion plugin for Neovim coded in Lua. Below are some command styles in NVChat. I'm gonna take a little break here. I'm gonna get this little munching in my mouth here. I don't want to. Uh-oh. I'm gonna go get that. All right. Neovim, same bizarre. Plugin. Okay. Completion plugin. Automating Mason installation. General Neovim plugins. Telescope. Tree. Auto completion in LSP. Other plugins. Modern plugin manager. Which key? Create key bindings that stick. Which key helps you remember your Neovim key maps by showing available key bindings in a pop-up as you type. Oh. Tree sitter. Configurations and abstraction later. We use it for syntax highlighting and auto indenting. Blank line, indents guides for Neovim. Git signs. Git integration for buffers. Auto pairs. Okay. Mason, obvious. Portable package manager for Neovim that runs everywhere Neovim runs. Easily install and manage Lisp servers that. Okay. If that's Mason, if I can do command Mason to run Mason, can I do lazy hot dog? Okay. Install. See, this has a thing that you. Okay, a thing that tells you install I, update, sync, clean, check, log, restore, profile, debug. All right. So far, it recognizes 27 plugins. Friendly snippets. So these are everybody that you can turn on and turn off. Not loaded. Conform, Neovim, menu, Minty. So I guess the real question is there a Rails.nvim? Q? There we go. Q to quit. Okay, that's sexy. Now I kind of get that. Okay, wait. Let me go back to this fellow, this thing here. Check steps. Install FD, add telescope. Yeah. Lisp. And a Lisp essentially run a server in a separate process that constantly parses your code and offering syntax limiting improvements. They can be especially tricky in the world of Ruby because of the Ruby and Gem versions, but it's still relatively simple to get running. I suggest using RBNV as your version manager, right? But the most critical part of getting the LSP to work is knowing how to run the executable for the Lisp of your choice. Let's start by adding our plugins, including Mason, as well as the reference to an LSP config file we will create. Note the syntax on the Mason plugin line are set up for default configuration of the plugin. All that jazz. Require lazy, plenary, telescope, Mason. Okay, so that's spec, right? Like NVChat, lazy false branch import plugins. Mm. Mm. Lazy config. I didn't see that. Hmm. Hmm. Require configs.lazy. Configs.lazy. Where is configs.lazy? Hang on, you can't see that. Oh. Is that in Lua? Configs.lazy. Configs. Lazy. Mm-hmm. Huh. Disabled plugins. Bimball, zip, tutor, syntax, FTP plugin. Disabled plugins. Quit. Where are we at? Show me this. Okay, there we go. Huh. Hold on. Oh, plugins, configs, plugins. Uh-huh. Where are all these plugins living? Oh. Yeah. Wait. Let's come back. Do I want to go up one? Lazy lock? Not sure I want to go up one. Oh. Huh. And I just got lost just like that. Okay. Okay. Neovim. Okay, so CD Neovim. Let's move this back over here. Okay. Let's keep digging into this. Because I'm okay. What I don't understand is what's this structure is different, right? Like what's this? And who's like my area here is not set to variables. So his is who's calling these variables, right? All right, let's keep going. This client Neovim is built in and doesn't require a plugin, but the Neovim LSP config plugin gives us some standard configurations that will make it easy to wire everything up for us. Let's set up our Lisp file. Note that it's under a new directory. Okay. Config in Lua list.lua. Okay, we're doing a legend. Nvim lsp.ruby lsv.setup. Ruby shims. If you're wait, I need to see all this. Here, come on. Stretch out. Well, this I hate that. Okay. Diagnostic symbols for displaying in the signed column, you can change these to fancy glyphs. If they are not working, try running gem install solargraph and gem install ruby lsp. Solar graph. Okay. Solar. Okay, so wait. Make note of that because we saw a solar graph before. We know that's an LSP that we can install. Okay, hold on. I need, where do I want to put you? Let's put you here. Solar graph, and who else? Solar graph. Ruby. I think I already got the Ruby LSP. I think that's the default I got. Ruby LSP. Standard RB. Standard RB. I don't know if that's a thing. Standard RB. Standard RB. Okay. Ruby list requires a Ruby version 2.7 or higher and Neovim. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, 3.2. We're good. All right. Okay. So LSB standard setup. Okay, setup. Command your username shims. By hand. Okay, again, this assumes that you are using a Mac. RP Envy. But the command function should reflect where you run the executable for LSP. Keep in mind your Ruby version manager gems. You will need to install the gems for this LSP, and they will be shimmed to a specific version. Okay, I get all that. Solar graph. So, all right, okay. Standard RB. Solar graph and Ruby LSP I can get my hands on. I don't know if we got standard RB. And if using Solar graph, you can use Solar graph config to init a config file, restart Neovim, and you will likely see errors, but these LSPs being installed from normal mode type Mason and install whichever LSP you prefer to use. Hey, wait a minute. Restart Neovim, and you will likely see errors about these LSPs being installed that they're not installed. From normal mode, type Mason and install whichever LSP you prefer to use. Another Neovim restart should now give you inline feedback. Wait a minute. So you have access to Mason, which is how you install LSPs. Why are you doing that here? The LSP client is built in and doesn't require a plugin, but the Neovim LSP config plugin gives us some standard configurations that will make it easy to wire everything up for us. Let's set up our LSP file. Note that it's under a new directory. Compatibility. Okay, I don't know about that right now. I'm gonna keep going here. Check steps. Add plugins and new files. Okay, add Lua file and contents. Configure command. Install LSP gems of choice. Make sure you can use their executables. Install LSP via Mason. Check health Mason. Run Lisp info to see if you're attached to your. Okay, that's an interesting back cats. Hold on, it's down here. Are you attached? Are you attached? LSP info. Did I type that right? Okay. Do we have anything? I don't know. Oh, we have a new tab. Where'd that come from? Oh, hot dog. Vim.lsp. Okay, warning. LSP. Okay, we got 3 warnings apparently. Active clients, no active clients. Enable configurations. VS Code, CSS language server is not executable. Configuration will not be used. Okay, let's keep going down here. Okay, I gotta go all the way down to scroll this whole thing. Okay. Warning, VS Code HTML language server is not executable. Okay, because we're not, I guess because not looking at HTML and CSS files. That's the deal. Let's keep going. Lua. We're not looking at a Lua file. It's like these load, I think, if you... Man, how long is this file? If you have them... Okay, just those three. Huh. File watcher, edition endings, yada 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 yada. Okay. Interesting. Opened up a new tab and gave me all the juicy business. Okay. Let's go. Let's keep going. CSS. All right. Can I just close that? Okay. Can I go back to the other tab? Yes. Okay. Cheat sheet is still up, and I can go to event. No name is up. Huh. That's interesting. Oh. What happened to whatchamacallit? The cheat sheet. Is that still open somewhere? No name, empty. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about no name just yet here. Interesting. Okay. Alright. Run LSP info to see if you're attached to your LSP. Auto completion. Connecting your new LSP functionality to auto completion functionality is the last step for our simple setup. Getting feedback while you type gives you a major boost in confidence. Let's add just a bit more to our init Lua, including another new file. All that jazz. Alright, because it's going to go right here. And to fill out the new file. New. Okay, harsh. CMP. Configure note Lua NVM CMP. CMP, yeah. Where you are. Restart Neovim. Open a Ruby file. And you should be up and running. I would highly encourage adding all the LSP CMP plugins that add more sources and completion help. Add plugins and new file reference in init Lua. Add NVM Now it's between you and the motions. Hint Vim. Okay. Vim tutor. Alright. System set. Oh man. Is that it? Hopefully this has been helpful for a simple custom setup. You should be able to match the patterns we used here to extend your configure all patterns. This does not. If you like some curate this, I guess go to this guy. Blah 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 blah. That's Ruby. You showed me Ruby. Where is Rails development? Where is the... Okay. I'm looking for... Telescope, lazy, check LSP. See, really, the LSP is the thing. So... Who... Okay, wait. Bringing that back up. Solargraph, right? Standard RB, standard Ruby, Ruby LSP. Hang on. Mason. Let's go Mason. Mason like that, right? Boom. Okay. So we got Rubicup and Ruby LSP, right? Let's go look for Solar. Which can I just go to? Oh, do we know? Okay, stay focused. We're looking for a solar graph, right? Would that be here in this spot or a different spot? I'll go find out. Yep, solar graph. Alright, so solar graph install. Solargraph in standard? I don't know, the spectral language. Starlark, yeah. I don't know what standard RB is, so. S3, a fast Ruby processor formatter. Svelte. No, that's the only thing I can see. What's up? Whee! Okay. Solargraph. Standard RB. Oh, standard RB. Standard RB. Is that a thing? That's still in here? I don't know. Ooh. Oh, there it is. Standard RB. Install. There we go. Alright. So we have some Ruby stuff going on in here. And just like that, apparently. Yep, there we go. Boom. I should have everything he's got here as far as the key doodads, right? Rails.nvm. Is there a Rails.nvm? Rails.nvm. Is there such a thing? Okay. What is this? Light rate Neovim plugin adds a Rails command for easy task to your favorite Rails task. Rails command for easy access to your favorite Rails task. Rails DB migrate. Nope. Neovim as editor for Ruby on Rails. Neovim configuration for Rails development. Please don't be the same person. That's not the same guy, is it? Boynov. What is it? No. Alex Berry. That's that fella. Alright, let's go to Boynov. Boy, I tell you, if you don't mention... Hang on. Okay, that's not there. T-Pope. Okay, we got some T-Pope stuff going on here. Okay, hold on. Vim syntax for RSpec. Vim Rails. Vim plugin for editing Ruby on Rails applications. Yes. Airline. Alright, what you got? Okay, oh god. Alright, let me see what he's got. I see some mention of things that are important. Now let's get back to the top here. Okay, past year. Past what year? Oh god, 20. It's gonna be all about Packer again. For the past year, I have been collecting and testing many plugins for Neovim. Alright. Okay, install plugin manager. Download plug.vim. Put it in the auto load directory. Get local copy of repo. Or copy only content from init.vim. For using config file, copy init.vim to config.vim folder or copy to blah 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 plugins. Use plugins in config for nvim with short description and shortcuts to plugins. Neo snippets. Okay, so now we go into the list. Mustache, blah 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 blah. H.Vim, see, okay, so nursery, yep. Screws nursery, slim, T Pope, commentary, Vim endwise, common stuff out, simple plugin helps, certain structures, featured in Vim Rails. That's all I care about. Is this what's around. Airline Vim Ruby. Screenshot. Preview markdown on your modern browsers. Okay, I don't care. Screenshot. Link to repo. Oh, that's it. Hang on, what you got in here? My init for Vim. Init.vim. So in it 2 years ago. Init.vim. In Vim, init.vim. Install Neovim to system. Install plugin manager. And put it in the auto load directory. Get local copy of repo. Copy only content from the net. Hold on. We got those. Great groovy. Let's hit Q for that. Successfully installed. Okay. Understand where you put all the things. Where are you at? Okay. Let's bring you back up. And I want to see what's here. Right, init.lua. Can you have both? Init.vim and init.lua? Can I use this as well? What is download plug? Install plug. And put it in the auto load directory. What's the auto load directory? Vim plug. Vim plugin manager. Plug.vim and put it in the auto load directory. Who's the auto load directory? Vim curl auto load. .vim. Auto load plug. Neovim. Auto load plug. Create directories. Add a Vim plug section to your vimrc or config nvim init.vim for Neovim. Call plug begin. List your plugins here. Oh. Will this work? Call plug end. Reload the file. Restart Vim. Then you can plug install to install plugins, plug update to update plugins, plug diff, plug clean. Vim plug. This is a Vim plug. This is the whole fracking thing. And instructions on install at the time. Auto load directory. Add a Vim plug section to your vimrc. Or let's take a look at this init.vim file. Let's go back. Did I go back too far? Okay, hold on. Init vim. Call plug. Begin. .config in vim plugged. Plugged? If has in vim plug. Update remote plugins else. End if tab 9 or spec. Vim script. Okay, we got some in vim stuff, and then T-Pope U plug. Neovim Lua plenary. Huh. Ooh, a whole lot of other stuff going on here now. Okay. Unicode symbols, mappings, nurture toggle. Key map. Okay, then a whole bunch of other stuff dealing with each one of those plugins and special things you want happening with those plugins. But really all I care about is Vim Rails. This is interesting. This is interesting and has clues. Let's go. What do I want to do? I want to star you. Install Neovim. 3 years ago, yeah. My init file for Vim, init.vim. Install plug. Plugin manager. Put it in the auto load directory. Local copy repo. Need to install it. Blah, 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 blah. Right, he's got that working with Neo. This is what I need. Okay. All right. All right. This is very good. Let's keep. How did I get here? Let's keep pushing. Plot blah 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 blah. Screenshot. A link to your GitHub repository. Oh wait, is that dude? Oh yeah, that's dude. This is this dude. Oh, this is dude. Yeah, because now I'm like, psh, okay. Okay, this is like a different person than whoever this is. Oh no, okay. Yeah, that's that fella. Alright. Get gutter, nice. Right, all your old, some new ones and old ones. And alright, I see what he's okay. Yeah, that might be okay. Alright, that's a good doodad to keep posted. Neovim, a Neovim configuration. Dude, I just want to know a basic thing. Configure Neovim. Ay, ay, ay. Oh my god, what is it? Oh, what is this? what have I clicked on? Oh my god. Still Neovim Classic, Brimstone, Neovim, blah, blah, blah. YVim, and Neovim. Alright, I need to go get something to eat. How to install Neovim, Nokia theme, configuration, all that jazz, some of the plugins. Vim Rails, yes. Oh, wait, get this out of my face. Vim Rails. Hey, hold on for a sec. Does he have... Because see, if you have this sitting on your thing... Yeah, Rails.vim, Vim Rails. Installation? Do you have any installation? Instructions, installation, pathogen. Good lord. If you don't have a preferred installation method, I recommend installing pathogen and then simply copy and paste, yada 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 yada. No. Pathogen, right. Integration with other plugins. If dispatch install. Okay, is there a... Somebody should have put a issues, pull request. No. I figured somebody would put a thing on here like, hey, how to install this in Neovim or something, yeah. Pathogen, cloud, pathogen. Of course not. Alright, let's go back here. Alright, real, this is a feature, blah, 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 blah. I know what it does now. If you like my Neovim config, you can, okay, you don't tell me nothing. Okay, you tell me that you use, oh, what's this? Add the below configurations at the end of the file. Plugins, Vim Rails. Okay. Huh. Plugins. Okay, sweetheart. Hang on. Where's my doodad here? Here we go. Where was I? Is it init? Was it init? Shoot. Okay, is it init? Yeah, okay. Load plugins, right. Okay. Import plugins. Bootstrap lazy and all plugins. Import equals string plugins. Lazy config. Bootstrap lazy and all plugins. Local lazy path. Lazy.invim. Lazy path. Get clone filter block repo rise out lazy path. Lazy.invim. Prepend lazy path. Right. Let's try not to. Okay. Okay. Lazy path. Lazy config. Load plugins. Neovim plugins. Additional plugins in the Neovim plugins section. Bootstrap lazy and all plugins. Lazy Invim. Oh, there you go. This might be the same from the other blog posts, actually. Okay. Let's see. No. Alright, this one's a little too mystical for me. Let's find the next one. Whew, installation setup. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Oh God. Was this written? Jesus Christ. 2018? How did you need to get rid of Chad? Sorry, how did you get this installed? Okay. You know, it'd be great is if you actually showed me your. Jeez. Hi, I have this installed. Fantastic. How? Oh, if you had your files on GitHub, that would have been great. Well, that was useless. That was useless. Alright, first off, are you on? No. Alright, nope. Oh God. Okay. Oh, get this out the way. Pop, pop, pop. Min pack. What is a min pack? Hmm.
What's up guys, this is going to be an introductory video to a series I'm doing called Neovim from scratch. This series is essentially going to show you how to go from a completely blank config to essentially what is more like an IDE-like experience with Neovim. So you can see here, if you head over to LunarVim, Neovim from scratch, you can see that there is a bunch of branches here numbered, and this is the order that I'm going to be going through. So each video will be targeted at a particular branch, and I'm going to show you essentially how to go from setting basic options all the way to setting up like LSP, setting up telescope, tree sitter. If you don't know what these things are, you'll know about them by the end of the series. But yeah, just, you know, like a bunch of stuff. I don't know if every single one's going to get its exact own video, but
Is that what I'm looking for? Damn, I can't hear you.
which is a Neovim plugin that developed as a byproduct while working on my primary project, which is a marketing app. So on the left, we have a totally new Ruby on Rails project, and what I want to show you guys is this. So this is the main entry point of the plugin. You can see there's a list of commands that you can use. All these commands is you can bind each of them to a key binding, but you have an entry point and you can call most of them here. So let's start with generating a model. Let's say we want to add a user model and also a controller for the user to sign up. So we'll do generate model, and you ask for a model name, user. Let's say ask we want to add a new column. Yes, we want to add name, and we'll show you all the available types. And we want to do string, no index, another column. Yes, let's do email, and this is also string, and we want a unique index on this, and let's stop here. So what it will do is it runs the generate command, and then the migration file will show up to us. We can about change our things here like default or now. Once you are done, you can actually run the migration inside as well using the plugin. So we run db migrate, and we can see the status. So we can see the migration is up. So now we can go back to user model, and this plugin also comes with Ruby language server that I am experimenting myself. So I added a few autocomplete methods that I don't remember most of the time. Every time I need to go and check the documentation, so I just bring it here inside Neovim itself. So what we want is we want to validate presence of, let's say we want the presence of name and email. So once this is done, we can go to test. So let's say we want to go to the test file. There's also a command. We want to go to test. We will jump straight to the test file, and let's say we want to test like downcase email, and we will do something like user equals to user.new, and email equals to and we want to do user.save, and we also have some autocomplete for mini tests because I just don't remember. So we have assert equals, you can see the documentations, and then it also has a autocomplete, and here we want to make sure the expected is going to be example at gmail.com. When you click tab, you will jump to the next one, and it will expect the actual is going to be user.email. Before that, because we added a unique index on our emails, we want to do this. So right now when I run my test, you can see that the test will fail, and
Nice.
this plugin also show you what is the error. So we can see the error here. The reason is because we haven't added anything. So we want to actually go to the model to edit code. I also added like split model to auto split the model for you, and we want to add something like down case email. So we'll do self.emails equals to email.downcase, and we'll do a before validations downcase email. Now when we go back, we can run the test using run test current line to run a single test. You can see now the test is passing, and also you can notice there's actually a coverage showing up here, 100%. So let's say we comment out the code, we run the test again, and see failing, and also 80%. So if you want to check the file coverage, you can actually, there's another command here, show file coverage. You can see the line erased means it's not covered. So we can hide file coverage, and then of course this is still failing. Now the test passed. So the next is we want to add a new column. Let's say we want to add a new column to user. So what you can do is we can do generate migration. Here are a few supported migration. So we want to add column. So it will ask you which model you want to add to. Users, say we want to add yes, we want to add new column, we want to add age, and this is going to be an integer, no index, no more, just one. So before I run these migrations, we also have another commands that you can list all the columns in the table. So right now we only have one very small model, but I imagine when you have a very big apps and you have a lot of columns, sometimes it's very hard to remember what columns are available. So we have this list table columns. We will show you which table you want to list. And here we can see all the columns created. And we have this. So before, this is before H migration is ran. So what I'll do now is I will run db migrate. So it's migrated. Then we can list the table columns again. You can see now H is added here. So let's say we want to roll back. We don't want H anymore. There's also a command db rollback. Now we only support stat equals 1. And we can destroy the migration altogether. So when we do destroy migration, it asks you which migration you want to destroy. And we want to destroy this migration. And now H is no longer inside our columns. And finally, let's say we want to generate a controller. So let's say we want users controller. We only want new and create action for now. It will run the generator. And then when we see the routes file, you can see the routes is added for us. So now when we start a server, the routes will now be available, user/new.
That's sick. I like that.
Another helper methods for controller is we can list the available routes. Imagine if you have a lot of routes, sometimes it's very hard to remember what routes are available. So we can see now right now it's empty because we hasn't run the sync routes command. So we can sync routes, it will save to a local file, and next time we need to list route, you can see all the routes together. You can search through the routes with the path helper at the start. So we can use the, for example, you can use users create path. Oh no, this is not resource. Basically, you can use the path helper, and that's most of it. And then finally, some extra thing is finder. So we also have finder for you to find certain thing. So why I build a finder is because when, let's say your repo is very big and you open up your you open up your fuzzy finder. So you type user. So even though we only have one model and one controller, it almost takes most of the places already. So if you want to go user model, sometimes a bit hard to find, especially when you have a lot of models and controller. So I built something like, so when we do find model, you only show you all the models. Same with find controller, show you all the controller. Of course, I bind it to other key bindings, so I don't have to search it every time. So you can see this is controller and this is model. And lastly, there's also some nice to have things. You can jump between user, the model, controller, and test. So I'm in my model now. I can do go to controller. You jump to a controller, and we do go to test. You jump to a controller test. From the controller test, as well, we jump back to model and go to the model test. Yep, this is a very quick demo of what this plugin can do. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
That's dope. You, my sir.
Hello,
Nope,
everyone.
Nope. You, my sir, may have solved my problem. Let's see, where you got, where Neovim. Okay, so, let's go take a look at that. I wish that was a link I click on, but okay. My main project, budgeting app. Oh, he was working on that and said, hey, let me build. Oh, there it is. Okay. Dude, yeah. Boink, 1 year ago. Heck yeah. There's no. Plug installation. Plug. Telescope. Yeah. I like that. It does the switching from model view as I want. He's got functionality. Oh, he ended that lunar vim too. Oh God. Maybe I just need to just give up and do lunar vim. Okay, but let's see here. Optional dependencies, usage, default settings. Test helpers. Hmm. Right. I like this. Okay, routes helpers, schema helpers, snippets, oh lord. Okay. Okay, alright. Alright, let's get all this stuff. Installation. Plug. Alright, now I'm such a noob to Neovim, I don't understand this, right? Plug? Where does this go? Ping. Let's see here. Open up. All right. Plug? Is there a plug? No. We don't have a plug. There's no version. There's no plug. Man, plug, right. I don't know what that is. What is plug? What is plug? I don't understand plug. Okay. All right. ROR in Vim. Okay. How do I install you? The config I'm using for addressing, usage, default settings. Set a keybind if you're on LunaVim. It's on a Mac. Okay, iTerm, yeah. Tiny top on iTerm. Mm-hmm. Smaller. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, there's 1,000 of plug. How do I install plugins? Now I have another one that I like. Here's, okay, we got that start. This fucking thing. You have no idea how to install this. It's between these two. Okay. Plugin. ROR Lua. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with that. Okay. How do I install you? Plugin manager, huh? Which key? I got a bunch of stuff, but I still don't understand. Oh Lord, come here. Talk to me. How do I? Oh, okay. Getting started. Put that over here. Structuring your plugins. Okay. Whew. How do I? Some users. All right. Pause here. I need to go find something. Food of some kind. I shall return in an hour. All right. We're going to pick this up again. So until then, I bid you adieu.